Hey guys, John from TP Expert in the bunker in the beach hut, back with another video, and I just wanted to reflect upon a vid from Grant Cardone that I've just watched. Now, I'm not Grant Cardone's biggest fan, not by a long shot, and the subtext of the video that I've just watched was you have to put out bad news to get an audience right now. You have to put out bad news to get attention. You have to put out bad news in order to survive. Right. You see, I have a problem with that. And I know I'm not going to be Grant Cardone's biggest fan now, but I have a problem with that. The problem I have with that is that when you string bad news, right, and he did that, he put out a fake I'm going bankrupt video onto social media that went around like wildfire, and there are still videos about it now. If you Google, is Grant Cardone actually going bankrupt? The answer is no, but it's everywhere. But when you string that with a crisis that we've got at the moment, where there are bankruptcies going on across the world, and in this country in particular, where you have commercial landlords circumventing a brand new law, a brand new act, by using another part of our regulatory regime, the Companies Act. And if you don't believe me, just Google the report that was put out by the BBC only 5 days ago. So these commercial landlords who are not getting rent at the moment because, let's face it, they can't, because the shops have been shut down by central government action. And instead of saying, well, okay, we'll take a step back and we'll do the socially responsible thing, what they're doing instead is making those shop owners bankrupt. They're issuing winding up proceedings. That's ridiculous. But when Grant Cardone goes on the internet and say, well, hey, I'm going bankrupt, and then 2 days later turns on and says, it was a stunt. It was a publicity stunt. And it was a publicity stunt for me to get attention. That's a bit shit, to be fair. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have to market yourself in this marketplace. Absolutely market yourself in this marketplace right now, where we are right now. But it's not about grabbing headlines. It's about making a difference. So let me give you a couple of examples. I've seen my Facebook feed absolutely hammered over the last, I don't know, week, 2 weeks. We've been locked down for 3 weeks, and it's been 3 weeks. With get rich quick, you don't need a job. You can make yourself financially free. You don't need to go on this person's course, go on this person's course. I actually saw a video from one guru hammering another guru. And all of that, whilst businesses are struggling, whilst everything is grinding to a halt, whilst the skies are empty, whilst EasyJet is saying, well, actually, we're grounded everywhere at the moment, whilst it's nearly impossible to get a refund on an airline ticket. So when you put out marketing, and I take this as a personal challenge, because when TPX puts out marketing, we only ever put out positive spins. We only ever put out the stuff that we're doing. We only ever put out what we can do to help, because we're all about help. We're all about getting you guys further forward on your property journey. That's why, amongst other things, TPX is going to be launching a seminar on Class O prior approval. And it's going to be doing that in the next 2 weeks. And it's going to be hosted by myself. And it's going to be self-contained. Now, what do I mean by self-containment? This is very much an ethical standpoint for me. When you self-contain something, it means there is an end to it. It means that There is a start, the beginning of the seminar, and it ends at the end of the seminar. And the people at that seminar should have all the information they need to not need you anymore, to be able to go away and do something. There is no need for anything further. Now, that's very different to our property education sector right now. Our property education sector is governed by the idea of the funnel, the idea that you start with a wide audience and that gets shifted down and shifted down and shifted down, and then you end up in like an elite program with just a few, and those few end up paying an absolute fortune. That's not what I'm about. So we're going to be launching this self-contained seminar very, very soon. And I'll put bits and pieces on social media about it so people can join us for it. But it's going to be self-contained. There's not going to be any upsell off the back end. There's not going to be any funnel. There's not a join my program, join my mastermind. No. Because that's not what right now is about. Right now is about survival. Right now is about making sure you are the last man standing. Right now is about making sure business carries on. Now, we're quite fortunate at TPX. We've just received the government's £10,000 grant because we're a small business and we get small business rates relief. And we're very, very thankful to Rishi Sunak for that. We're going to be taking advantage of that. We're going to be using it to keep ourselves going, to keep everything moving, to keep our clients' applications flowing, because that's what we're doing. That's helping our clients. Remember, TPX is planners first, educators second. And that's a really important thing. That's why I called this channel The Anti-Guru. And I know this is a rant, but it's a rant that comes from the heart. Now, the other thing I want TPX to do is help business. And the other thing I want TPX to do is push businesses on. And that's why when this whole COVID-19 thing started, TPX brought back the free advice. We brought that back. And we did it because we needed new people needed it right now. That's what we do. At TPX, we only do something if people need it, if people want it or ask us for it. We don't do something that the market doesn't want. Now, we've based our whole business on this ethical standpoint of we do things when we're needed. We go when we're needed. I joke with people who run workshop and mentoring events when they say, you could have just asked us and we would have had you on. I say, I only go when I'm asked. I don't force. Wouldn't business be amazing if we never forced? If we actually only ever went when we were invited to go? Wouldn't that be an amazing standpoint for business to come out of all of this? Now, I'm going to go back to Grant Cardone because lo and behold, the day, as far as I noticed, the day he released that awful I'm going bankrupt video, he put a fire sale on his website for courses. Absolute fire sale. Everything reduced. It went on Google. Everything reduced. 90% off. 90%. What value are you getting if the course is reduced by 90%? That doesn't sit well. Never has, never will. I know this is a rant. I'm sorry about that. If you tuned in expecting some magic secrets of the planning world, that's the next video. This one's just a rant about business. All right? So, as far as we're concerned, and as far as us helping you, we'll always retain our ethical standpoint. We'll always retain that approach to business. That's what we can guarantee you. From our point of view, that's the best way of doing it. If you want to know more about our ethical standpoint, then, or if you want to know more about anything, then drop a comment on this video. I want to know what you, YouTube, want to know about the planning system, about the planning sector, about business, about anything. Drop a comment and we'll fulfill that request, because we only ever do what you want us to do. So like, subscribe, share this video, drop a comment, and absolutely we will do a video on what you want us to talk about. Well researched, self-contained, and no upsell. You have a good day, everyone. It's the weekend here in Britain. It's not that sunny. I've just fitted a new light. I'm very, very pleased with myself. The shed is getting better every single time. You have a great day. I've been John McDermott. This has been an anti-guru video. I'll see you again soon.